Hello, incoming Central Heights 7th graders. I'm Mr. Griffin, the art teacher here at Central Heights, giving you a quick tour of some of the projects the 7th graders have worked on here in the first semester. As a 7th grader, you have two choices for your elective art classes, one per semester, art adventures and art discovery. Like your 6th grade class, they kind of do the same thing where you'll have a chance to explore a bunch of different media, so both 2D and 3D art, not specifically separated by semester, not specifically in either class, but really you'll do both in each semester. So you should sign up for one or both, depending on how interested you are in art. So I really hope you'll join us. I look forward to seeing you next year.
Bonjour, my name is Ms. Towie, and I am here to share with you about signing up for French class at Central Heights. As you can see on the screen here, French is available for both 7th and 8th graders. And when you sign up for French, you are going to be gaining the skills that you need to become conversational in the language, as well as be able to read stories in French. And we are going to explore the French-speaking cultures around the world. You see on the screen here a graphic with some of the flags of French-speaking countries around the world. There are 29 countries that have French as their official language. And some of the things that we'll focus on are food, traditions, and as well as some new vocabulary. There's also a couple of pictures of some types of food that this year's class has had the chance to try. We had some crepes as well as a cheese tasting. Also in our unit that was centered around Senegal, a French-speaking country in Northwest Africa, the students learned about a dish called yassa, which is a chicken and rice dish, and then we also got to try it. Also, it's important to think big picture, and by starting your studies of French while you're in middle school, then you will be able to keep taking it throughout high school, and then your senior year of high school, you'll be able to take the French AP exam and get credit for college that you don't have to pay for. So I look forward to seeing many of you in French class next year. And if you have any questions at all, please contact me. Again, my name is Ms. Towie, and you see my email here on the screen, estowie@sunprairieschools.org. Merci. Au revoir.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Enstead, and I'm the CTE teacher here at Central Heights Middle School, and I'm here to tell you about the 7th grade courses that we offer as electives in our department. So the first course is called Digital Design and Production, which is used in advertising and marketing to be creative and showcase either their business or their products. So what this course is going to do is help students become creative digital designers, and they're going to explore what digital designers do. What they do then is they plan, they pitch, they storyboard, and they're going to design multiple different things like websites, logos, social media platforms, magazine covers, ads, just to show their creativity and what they can do. They're also going to be creating their own possible business at the end of the year, which they'll showcase everything that they have learned while sharing it with their peers and giving and providing feedback. The second course we offer to students, 7th grade students, is called Data Design and Visualization. What happens in that course is students analyze, reflect, and critique on how data collection, analysis, and visualization is not an objective process and contains embedded assumptions, biases, and opinions. We're going to look at how data analysis and visualizations and subsequent data stories can be used for good and for harm. Students will really understand and apply data analysis procedures such as collecting, cleaning, organizing, manipulating data to create data visualizations. And we're going to use that data to tell stories and make claims while looking at our own biases and assumptions. It comes together in a culminating project that students will present to their peers, and students will do peer review and evaluate each other's data stories. So 7th graders, get signed up, and I hope to see you in digital design and production or data science and visualization.
This video I'm going to talk about teens in action. Yes, just like in 6th grade, I teach about life skills. That is the biggest thing with family consumer science classes, is because it's part of life. So we will indeed be in Teens in Action talking about being a community citizen, being a part of the community, the benefits of having what's in the community available to us, how we can make a community better and grow, and along with rules and what's available to us. So that does the community, that's the class work of it, but we do also cook. Yes, we do. We have kitchens, so you will indeed learn the kitchen safety again and hazards and more about food safety. Yes, life skills. That means we talk about math and science and literacy, but it's all a part of life. You have to know how to read a recipe, how to read a box to make your food, and we will do that in this class. We have a bunch of foods and labs that we do in the kitchen. And then after we're done with our foods and all our kitchen activities, we will indeed be sewing on a sewing machine. Yes, you will indeed be making a quilted pillow. It's a nice, fun fleece pillow. Don't worry, it's nice and smooth and easy for you to get a hold of for the first time being on a sewing machine. But I will teach you how to know what parts of the sewing machine, how to thread it, how to put the bobbin in, how to sew a straight line, and put the fabric together so that you can enjoy your pillow or donate it. So that's Teens in Action in a nutshell. And if you didn't get to see what my classrooms look like, I'll give you a tour. Come on, take a look. Lots of flamingos. This is indeed the classroom. Now we are set up for sewing. So we have all our sewing machines. They have not been used yet. So we've got all our sewing machines on both sides, the tables in between. They'll have usually materials on them. So right now this is a very clean classroom, not usually what it will look like. So we have plenty of joy. Got a smart TV. Our classroom actually wraps around, and we have more room over there and cabinets and supplies. And now I'll take you into the kitchen. Here's our daily chart so that it tells us what we're doing every day. All right, so here is the kitchen. Yes, there's an actual different classroom. That's our kitchens. So we have 6 different areas of kitchens, each having your own stove and microwave and cleaning and sink. So you do indeed learn how to use, how to clean up after yourself, how to be clean for cooking for others, with others. And this is a very clean kitchen, and it gets pretty busy. Sorry I couldn't take a video when we were cooking, but usually I'm making sure kids don't get hurt or burned, or making sure that they're reading their recipes correctly. So that's the kitchen. Hope you're interested. Now the biggest thing is family and consumer science classes teach you about life skills, being a part of the community, being a strong individual, being able to be independent, so that you'll grow up to be wonderful adults. So in Teens in Charge, we actually do talk about healthy choices, which correlates to your nutrition, your friends, how you make choices, the consequences for some of those choices, along with your eating habits and fast food and how food affects you mentally, physically, emotionally. Yeah, emotionally. So we do go cover that. We correlate it with our food. Yes, we do have food. We cook. We'll be making everything from cookies and zoodles and milkshakes and eggs. We have a lot of fun. We enjoy, so you'll also learn about kitchen safety and hazards and how to protect yourselves and prevent from getting injured, along with how to identify what utensils are needed and what foods are better to cook with. So we will do that. And yes, I'm sorry, math, science, and literacy are all in family consumer science, but it is a part of life skills. Along with our foods, we actually do sew, and yes, you will sew on a sewing machine. So you'll go through learning the parts of the sewing machine, how to work it, sewing on paper, and then making a pin cushion, and then in Teens in Action, you will actually make a drawstring bag. So I hope you're interested. And
Hola, I am Senora Gerbitz. I am the Spanish teacher at Central Heights. Right now we're talking about Spanish 1A, which is the 7th grade Spanish class. It is offered every other day in 7th grade. I am going to get rid of my video because otherwise I'm going to be in the way. So in Spanish 1, we cover vocab. This is first semester of 8th grade or your entire year for 7th grade. So this is what all words you're going to learn in the 7th grade. Greetings and goodbyes, asking people how they're doing and then answering that question yourself, asking people where they're from and answering it yourself, talking about phone numbers, which means you have to learn numbers, giving your phone number and asking for other people's phone numbers. Days of the week, so you can say when you do the things that you do. Weather, also used to say when you do things. For example, I like to bike when it's nice outside. Saying things that you like and dislike. Me gusta escuchar música. I like to listen to music. No me gusta escuchar música. I don't like to listen to music. Saying foods that you like and dislike. Believe it or not, listening to music and ice cream are in the same chapter. That chapter is technically things that you do after school. And apparently, y'all snack after school. Describing people. Giannis es alto. Giannis is tall. Describing classes. La clase de español es muy interesante. And saying when those classes happen. So lots of stuff that we cover in 1A vocab. It's not enough to just know words. You have to know how to put them together. So we also cover grammar. Grammar is how you use your words to make yourself understood. So we describe people and things using the subject pronouns I, you, he, she, we, all, it, and they, and ser. Ser means to be. We also use noun adjective agreement. It's a little different in Spanish than it is in English. Giannis es alto is he is tall. If I was talking about a tall person, which I am not, but if I was talking about a tall person who is a woman, I would say ella es alta. So they make the words feminine to match masculine and feminine. Saying what you like and dislike using gustar with the infinitive verb. An infinitive verb doesn't match a subject. Using definite and indefinite articles, those are the words the, a, and some. Saying what you have and what you have to do using tener. I have Spanish class. Tengo la clase de español. I have to study. Tengo que estudiar. And then finally talking about what you do using regular present tense verbs. A verb that is not conjugated is called an infinitive verb. It's to sing, to run, to dance, to play. You can't use those generally in a sentence unless you have something else with it. You would normally say, I sing, I run, I dance, I play. So you have to learn how to make those verbs match the people they're talking about. So that's what conjugation is. And that's going to be the very last part of 1A. So that'll happen in the spring. Okay, then we also have culture. Culture is when we learn about people who speak Spanish and the places where they're from. We start close to home. Spanish speakers in the U.S. This happens to be a picture of San Antonio, Texas. But of course, there are lots of Spanish speakers in the U.S. from lots of places. We do focus in class on the big cities that have very large Spanish-speaking populations. Several cities in Texas, several cities in Florida, New York and Chicago, and then, of course, several cities in California. But there are Spanish speakers all throughout the United States. And when you do your choice project, you could do just about anything to cover that and be okay. Then our next place is Mexico. our neighbors to the south. We talk about Mexico, their geography, some heritage things, some cultural things like food and celebrations. And then, of course, you have a project for that as well. And then finally, Spain. This happens to be the Alhambra. It's in the south of Spain. We discuss Spain and its culture. For each of those, you'll have a choice project where you pick what interests you most in the country, and then you present about it. So how are you going to show me what you know? We have 5 standards in world languages, and they are all assessed for every chapter, which means you show me what you know a lot. So there's listening, writing, reading, speaking, and then this is the culture standard. You do not have to cook food for culture, but a lot of kids do enjoy that one. So there are quite a few kids who choose that as a project. They make cooking videos, which are always entertaining. But lots of different choices for your culture project, and you just pick the one that you like the best. So those are the 5 standards. Again, listening, writing, reading, speaking, and culture. And that's how you show me what you know. That's how you show me what you've learned in class. So what happens after the 7th grade? 7th grade is considered 1A. It's not the complete 1A curriculum, or not the complete first year curriculum. If you want to continue on in Spanish, and if you're hoping to have a world language for when you enter college, most colleges require 2 to 4 years of world language in high school. So what happens, even though you're just entering the 7th grade, is level 1 is level 1 no matter when you learn it. So if you take 1A in 7th grade and 1B in 8th grade, you'll have level 1 finished. And then you'll take level 2 and possibly level 2, 3, 4 in AP at the high school. And universities are looking for how you level up. It's like a video game. So you need to, and most universities get to level 2. So they're going to look for you to be there. So even though this is a class you're taking in the 7th grade, it will count towards your college applications, which sounds a little crazy because most classes don't count that way. But in world languages, they do. So some kids take world languages with the intention of using it to get into college. And that's okay. That's pretty awesome if you know that that's what you want. Other kids take world languages simply because they want to be a Spanish speaker. That's the kind of kid I was. I took a world language when I was actually I started in the 6th grade because I wanted to be a Spanish speaking adult. So that's the second motivation. Either you take it because you know you're going to a university and you want to have it for that, or you take it because you want to be a Spanish speaking adult. Both of those are great, and some of you are both, which is also pretty awesome. If you have any questions, again, I am Senora Gerbitz, and I'm at Central Heights. You can always email me up here. Bye, everybody.
Seventh grade general music is all about continuing to explore music. So expect to play some ukulele, maybe play some hand drums, maybe play some piano, perhaps produce some music using apps on a Chromebook. Think more project-based ways of exploring music. It's not so much about performing at a concert, but if you really like music and you really like fiddling around with instruments or creating new things or thinking about music in different ways, this would be the class for you.